And you're free, yes. So do jump in for that one. If you're just joining on Facebook and YouTube, good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning breathwork session. As I was saying just to the guys on Zoom, on Saturday, 12 o'clock, there's an Unlock the Power of Breath workshop. I'll pop a link after this session in the bottom here, on the comments. I'm going to run through some of the things that we'll be working on at that session. Obviously we've got longer, we do 90 minutes on Saturday, but we'll go through some of the stuff that we'll do on Saturday this morning. So let's find your comfortable standing space. Make sure you've got plenty of room around you, and we'll start off with some spinal cord breathing. So bending the knees a little bit. Breath in, opening up the chest, opening up the front of the body, looking up to the sky, lifting your heart up to the sky. And breath out, tucking the tailbone underneath, rounding the back. Keeping the knees bent, so we're keeping in that same position with the legs. Just getting the movement through the hips and pelvis and spine. The idea is that we're extending the spine here, opening up the spine, opening up the vertebra, and then contracting. Getting the blood flowing, the spinal fluids flowing. Notice where you are looking when you look up. Are you looking to one side? Are you looking directly above you? Are you tilting your head to the side? Next in-breath, if we rotate to the right and breathe in. I'm mirroring you here. Breathe in, looking up, so opening up that right side. Breathe out down the center, and then rotate to the left. Opening up through the left side. Breathe out through the center, and just go side to side for a few more breaths. Just like a nice morning stretch. And then just a few down the center. So breathe in and open up. Breathe out. Remember, this breath is just light. It's quiet. We're not breathing too much or too little air. One more breath in. And breath out, and then take a rest. Have a little move around, have a little shake if you need to shake, move the shoulders a little bit. Standing back out to your shoulder width apart, nice and tall through the spine, knocking on the door of life. So moving from the hips and the waist, connected through the feet to the ground. This is working on our rotation of the spine, so keeping that spine lengthened and lifted. And then just visualize each of the vertebrae just rotating one on top of the other. Relaxing the shoulders, the space between the shoulder blades, the upper back, the neck, the jaw. And then letting the front arm as it swings across just into a light fist. So you're just tapping just on that lung point. So just on the tip where you imagine the lungs are in the chest. So it's just below the collarbone. And here let's take a comfortable, fuller breath in. So deliberately breathing more air into the lungs, through the nose, and then breathe out, just let go through the mouth. Just sigh out. So a very different style of breath. It's a cleansing and clearing breath. So it's a slow, fuller breath in through the nose. And breath out. One more, cleansing and clearing. And there's almost, with the cleansing and clearing, there's almost like that little bit of a pause at the top of the breath as well. And then just breathe easy, just breathe light and slow, back to belly and back. And then gradually slow it down into water waves. So the subtle difference with this is, apart from it being slower, is there's just that little bit of resistance in the arms. So you can just feel the space around you, in front of you and behind. Still keeping the shoulders relaxed, upper back relaxed. And then slow it down and just come back to comfortable standing. Just find your balance. Again, move around, move the shoulders a little bit if you need to. And then step out and hinge forward, so you're just lightly resting on the thighs. Go a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, so you're about a shoulder and a half width apart. And then you're just resting on the thighs. We'll start the lower body movement first, so we get that right. Hips glide across, pelvis stays square to the ground, parallel and square to the front. So we're not tipping the pelvis side to side. Slide across, slide across, slide. That knee glides over that toe. That knee glides over that toe. This leg straightens as that opposite knee glides over. And then you can start to free up the upper body. So create that movement through the spine. It's like the spine waves, side to side. And that little tip of looking at the opposite foot. But the head movement is at the top of the spine. So the sequence is the hips go, the spine follows, and the head is that last movement because it's at the top of the spine. Really free up each of the sections or the segments of the spine. So it's like moving the body like a river. So there's a real flow to it. And breathing is just nice and easy. Just breathe normally, naturally. And gradually slow it down. Slowly come back up to standing. Take it easy as you come back up. Walk your feet back in together. And have a little bit of a shake out again. Let the breath settle. We'll do one more cleansing and clearing breath. So feet shoulder width apart, normal shoulder width apart. Palms facing up towards the sky, shoulders relaxed, and then just let go. So it's just completely let go. Bring the palms up again. Feel nice and heavy, and let go. And again. And now I'll do it in slow motion. We've done this one before. You drop and swing across the body, across the front of the back. Come back up and then drop and drop and drop and drop. Really just release the arms. Palms face up between each swing. So the face back up there. And then breath. Just do as many as it feels good for you. Breath in, breath out as you let go. Breath in, breath out as you let go. Cleansing and clearing. And then slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Take a little bit of a stand. Just watch on that one. All these ones where we drop down, when you're dropping down like this, watch that you're not dropping down with the upper body. So I'm literally just dropping the pelvis down. The spine still stays long and tall. I'm not dropping forwards like this. I keep that spine long. So just remember that when you're practicing that one. Let's do a bit of shaking. Oh, my shoulders feel tight. As soon as I start to do that, I can feel shoulders releasing a little bit, neck releasing a little bit. Tap your heels into the ground if that's good for you. And we can do again a few cleansing and clearing breaths. Breath in. Shaking the wrists. Really feeling that vibration running through the body. And then slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down, almost like going half speed. Feet in contact to the ground, slowing down, and take a rest and feel the tingling sensations. Just take a moment. Can you still all hear me? Because I think my microphone came out. You good? I think the microphone came out then when I was shaking, as long as you can all hear me. Feel all those tingling sensations running through the body. So we've done a few cleansing and clearing. That's great for getting rid of any tightness and tension physically, emotionally. But what we don't want to do is overbreathe, because if we're just doing that all of the time, you'll end up breathing too much air. So let's balance that out with our position where we're holding that horse stance and we do our box breathing. So the horse stance is a bit like the tree, holding the tree. Tailbone not tucked under, so we're not actively activating any muscles here, but we're just relaxing the lower back. So just let that lower back, so almost like imagine that you've got a weight on your tailbone there. So lower back just relaxes and straightens a little bit, maybe. A little bit of bend in the knees. Opening up here, relaxing the shoulders down. And although it's quite a challenging position, it's very good for building strength, but also counterintuitively bringing relaxation into the body. I know it sounds a bit odd when we first start to practice this, but the more you can settle in to holding this position, but breathing with the move, with the position, with the hold, the more you can find a sense of relaxation, because you can really tune into the strength of the position, but the softness where you can let go and where you can let go and relax. So just start off with finding that position, and then just tuning in with just normal breathing. So you're just breathing normally. And a great place, as we all know, to bring awareness to the breath, really simple places in the nostrils, because you can feel that physical sensation. You can feel the air as it just flows naturally, effortlessly in and out through the nose. What we tend to do in any time we hold a position and start to create a little bit of stress through the structure maybe, is that we tend to hold the breath at the same time. So the idea of holding a position but just letting the breath be relaxed and soft. So the breath is telling the mind that it's safe, it's comfortable. And then we're going to do some box breathing. Box breathing, as it suggests, is like a square. So if we take a breath in for 4, we'll hold the breath at the top of the breath for a count of 4. We breathe out for a count of 4, and then we pause the breath at the bottom for a count of 4 too. In those 2 pauses or 2 holds is stillness, it's rest, rather than thinking of tension with the breath. So we'll do that all together. So let's just take a breath out and then breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. In. Hold. Out. And I forgot to do a hold last time, so hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. Hold. Out. Hold. One more round. In. Hold. Out. Hold. And then keep holding the position, just breathe easy. Let the breath be natural, light. Excellent. And then when you're ready, just rest the arms. Give yourself a little bit of a shake out. So I really encourage you, when we're practicing our barefoot challenge, let's get a few horse stances out there and a few maybe of the box breathing or focusing on the breath. The longer you do that, the more you build that strength, resilience, strength and structure and stability as well. So it's a really good one to practice. Let's do another sort of like a stress breath, deliberately creating stress on the cardiovascular system to stress the body for an adaptation, for us to be able to build a little bit of tolerance to that stress. Remember, if you have got any high blood pressure, any cardiovascular issues, if you're pregnant, please do not do this exercise. If you've got any reason why you don't feel comfortable doing this exercise, just do the position, just hold the position that we're going to take. Let's go into turtle position to start off with. So that is resting your hands on your thighs, taking the hips back, and a nice strong back, not tight though, so we can free the shoulders up a little bit. And from that position, just hang the arms down. So we're in now the water buffalo position. Now make sure you keep that sternum lifted slightly. So again, it's the idea that I could turn in that direction. If somebody threw something, I could catch something from that direction or that direction. I'm not here where I can't see anything. Keep that sternum lifted. And if it feels comfortable, drop a little bit lower. So again, this is really good for strength and stability through the legs. And now just using the diaphragm, blow out. So it's like you're blowing out a candle in front of you. So you're pulling the diaphragm back in towards and up into that cavity, into the chest cavity there. Just do a few of those. And then just breathe easy. You don't have to think about breathing in, because as soon as you blow the breath out, it naturally, the pressure just brings the air back in. So the air just comes back in through the nose. So what is good about this position is the diaphragm doesn't have to do any stabilization of the spine. It doesn't have to be involved in the posture, in your standing posture. And of course, you're really working the legs here. Let's do it again, a little bit quicker. Let's do 10. So when you're ready, breath in. And then we do a long breath out. Slowly come up. Slowly come up to standing. And then we counterbalance that very active stress breath with a nice calming light breath in and breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Let's do one more pulling down the heaven. Breath in. And breath out. And then take a rest there. So that slow calming breath, light and easy in and out through the nose, is counterbalancing that very active stress breath. So when you're doing those stress breaths, you're doing the water buffalo, you're blowing off CO2. It's a bit like hyperventilating. But then we're bringing our body back to balance by doing this very slow, controlled pulling down the heavens. Go again. So down into the water buffalo position. If you can get a little bit lower, that's great. Challenge yourself a little bit. But remember, keep that sternum lifted. So keep facing forwards. Let's do 20 quick ones. After the 20th, a long exhale. Squeeze everything out. And then very slowly come up into pulling down the heavens. If at any time you feel stressed, too stressed, anything hurts, obviously you stop this practice. So when you're ready, let's go. Breath in and long breath out when you're ready. Very slowly, slowly come up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Don't want you to feel dizzy or anything. Then breath in. Shoulders relax. Breath out. Now just go at your own comfortable pace, where you're just letting the breath just naturally, lightly flow in. And breath out. One more pulling down the heaven. And then just bringing your hands across, resting on the lower dantian, bringing the feet together. And just spending a few moments now. We've got about a minute just to let you stand, closing your eyes if that feels comfortable. Now just allowing the body to find its own balance. Visualizing the idea of bamboo in the wind. And then when you're ready, taking a fuller breath in through the nose, opening your eyes at the top of that inhale, stepping out, giving yourself a little bit of a brush down. Great session, lots of contrasting different breath work there, remembering that those deliberate stress breaths are not the way we should be breathing all day long. They're deliberate to create a deliberate stress, so we adapt and build resilience. But we always then calm it and balance it with some nice calming, relaxing breaths. Excellent. Thank you for joining. As always, as I say, there is a class on Saturday, Unlock the Power of Breath, 12 till 1:30 UK time. I'll put the link to the bottom of this, but I'll see you before then on Thursday, where we'll practice a little bit more movement. Have a great day. Take care.
Thanks, great.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.